hotter than hell. It's going to be like 100 degrees today.
When you think of summertime, I think of like a nice cold piece of watermelon.
Watermelon.
Or a cold Pacifico beer.
Pacifico.
That's Kev's
good
guilty
stuff.
pleasure
I'll go
with
with
a
Modelo.
lime.
Yep.
Modelo's good,
Modelo
too.
and Dos Equis.
But we're going off the grid here. We want to know something that maybe is out of season. I just mentioned Texas Roadhouse. I love their steaming hot biscuits. Oh, my God, they're so good.
Those are good anytime.
So good, yeah.
But Ahmad was telling us last week how he loves going back home to Louisiana and getting a nice big old hot gumbo to eat on a hot summer day. I'm like, what? It's like 105 degrees, dude.
It's real hot.
I don't think I could handle that, but he swears by it. So we wanted to see if you guys like food that's usually considered more for winter.
Wintertime, it doesn't really
And I
match
say winter,
summertime.
our winter.
Wintertime
Right.
where it's only like 70 degrees.
75 degrees here.
When you have to wear pants, that's our winter time.
Yeah, exactly.
But we have Michelle on. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Hey,
Michelle.
Michelle. So what's your guilty pleasure in the summertime that doesn't match
So
summer?
we're Mexican. Yeah, we're Mexican and we eat pozole. We just had some last night.
Now, explain what that dish is for people that don't know.
So it's a hot, what is it, soup? We make it out of chicken and hominy.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter-in-law, Haley, yeah, she found something on TikTok. So she makes a mean pozole.
Getting your recipes from TikTok.
You don't care if the weather, like, say you're working all day on a Saturday, you're outside in the garden. You're like, you
Nope.
know what? I need a nice steaming hot bowl of it.
Yes, she makes it great. So we eat it all year long.
So let's bring that up here then.
Yeah,
Let
I
us
was.
see.
I would try that.
Try it Tuesday.
We'll try it. That's
Yeah,
always
we'll
dangerous,
bring
though.
it up.
Okay.
It's always dangerous to try listeners' food, they say. in the
Poison.
radio.
We'll have Kevin taste it
I don't think
first.
she's gonna poison.
Oh, yeah. I'm down. I'm down. Also, someone suggested chicken and dumplings. I am all about that. I make a mean chicken and dumpling.
Bring that in for.
Oh, you do? I think I've had it the one time.
Yes, I have made it for
And
you.
the dumplings were. That's all I wanted. I pushed the chicken all to the side and just kept eating the dumplings.
She just
Oh,
ate
yeah,
my
you don't like
dumplings.
chicken.
I
I
don't really
forgot.
like chicken, so I just kept eating all those
Oh,
dumplings.
my
It
God.
was so good. Thank you, Michelle. We have Eddie on. Hi, Eddie.
Eddie, turn down your radio, okay, buddy?
All right.
Thank you.
All right, what you got?
Hey, Eddie. What do you eat?
Tamales.
Tamales.
Tamales,
Are you
yeah.
making
Tamales,
these or are
never.
you buying these?
Oh, no, I wish. I'm buying them.
Okay.
How come it's such a big thing for like Christmas time? Tamales is the big.
Because some of us were broke and we want something unwrapped.
Man, he was ready for
I set him up on
that
that one. Wow.
You pitched him a softball and he knocked it out of the park.
That was a grand slam.
Now, tamales in my neighborhood, they come by way of the abuelita carrying a tow behind suitcase. It's more of a cooler. It's more of a soft cooler.
Suitcase,
Yes,
Kevin.
and I swear to God. And she tows it down the street. Irvin can back me up on this. I'm sure he might have one of these sweet old ladies in his neighborhood as well. But then they have these tamales all stacked up in the cooler, right? Have you ever bought it in that way?
Yep.
Yeah, they just come right to your door. You're
Anytime.
like, is this safe? Who knows? Let's try it.
What kind?
Or you know what? Sometimes in the Walmart parking lots.
Oh, yeah.
I know
There you
that-
go.
I know that sounds sketchy, but they're good.
Do you usually go with the pork ones?
I go, there's even some that are brisket now.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
brisket, Yeah.
Oh,
Bomb.
yeah.
How much do they charge for when in the parking lot of Walmart?
You probably get a dozen for like $20.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
I was
bad.
going to say $1
Yeah.
or $2 per tamale.
That's a pretty good deal.
And they always have a bunch of different
You know
flavors.
what? If you're looking for a good place, there's a place called Alamo. They're the bomb.
And where are they
I
at?
don't know.
They're in Webster, Clear Lake, Highway 3.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go get some.
Eric's ready for
They
a road
even
trip
have
to Webster.
cream cheese. They even have cream cheese and jalapeno ones.
Ugh, I don't like cream
Oh,
cheese.
wow.
Cream cheese and
That's-
Jalapeno them down,
tamales?
right?
Cream cheese sounds different. That
I don't
sounds
know if I can do that.
that sounds a little
No,
odd.
but you better have something to drink because those are hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you eat those, you're gonna be Mexican that day.
I don't know if this gringo can handle that heat. Thanks,
Thank you.
Eddie. Bye.
I'm loving this.
Eddie's
This is
pretty.
fun.
I like Eddie. You call back anytime you
Oh
want,
my
Eddie.
goodness.
Yeah. Who do we go to next?
Christy, hi. You're on the Real and Rain show. We're
Hey,
doing
Christy.
Food Wars.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Christy. So what is your food?
Well, I totally crave seafood in the summer, so I love a shrimp etouffee, a shrimp chowder. I'm a soup person year-round.
Really?
I don't know if I could do
I
soup
can only do
year-round.
soup when I'm sick.
I did egg drop soup last night with Chinese food, like my side
I
dish.
do not like egg drop soup.
No, me neither.
But as my main dish, like
I love egg drop soup.
egg drop soup is so
I like
good.
mine.
I do the same thing in the winter though because I don't like ice cream that melts, so I crave ice cream in the winter.
Oh, because you don't want to
To keep it
melt
it's so cold outside.
Gosh.
Yes.
That's odd.
Okay.
Do you go to a Baskin Robbins type place in January and get it, or do you
Just eat it in the freezer.
Oh no, Bluebell.
Bluebell, okay. There you go. Got the
Yeah.
Brenham.
There you go.
Bluebell? Yeah. Anyway, we tried that Dr Pepper Bluebell. Remember?
You know what? It's still sitting in my freezer. I had
Is
like
it?
2
You forgot
scoops
about
of
it?
No, I had 2 scoops of it, and I was like,
I'm a big Dr Pepper fan.
I don't know.
but
You didn't like it, huh?
Didn't taste enough Dr Pepper.
But you know, you could
Just 2 Dr.
you could make a
No,
float
I
from
wanted
it.
more.
that's
You could take like a scoop of that ice cream and throw it in a Dr Pepper. Have a Dr Pepper float.
She has a good point though. When you do
really
have
like
when it's
that.
so hot out,
It just
and
melts all over
something
the
melts
place,
so
yeah.
fast. You're like trying to scarf it down really fast.
I
should have done that with the camera on me.
I bought an
That was
ice
a weird
cream cone.
motion.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
was
We'll
Eric.
make sense of that.
tipsy. I was a little bit tipsy in Dewey Beach, Delaware this past summer, and I bought an ice cream cone. It was a little bit later in the evening, and I was like, yes. And I'll be eating on this
You
ice
had to
cream
be a
cone.
sloppy mess.
And it's going down my face, and we're walking down the street, and I kind of stumbled down over
no.
one of the curbs. Well, the whole the whole ice cream fell off the cone and onto the street and rolled a little bit. You
I'm
know,
not surprised.
You know,
You
I
ate
picked
it.
that up and brushed it
5-second
off.
roll.
Shut up,
I did.
Kevin.
Listen, it was
Oh,
only
nice.
a
It's
little
not
bit
chocolate
crunchy.
chips in it. It's gravel.
It was. I only tasted one piece of it, but you can brush it off real easy. My hands were all ice creamed up. Then
can't
it was
take
a
you
mess.
anywhere.
Was it like Trader Joe's this week? Didn't they get a recall because they had
Yeah, they had stones in the ice cream.
Yeah.
organic ice cream?
Kevin was handling it.
That's right.
You work there, Kevin?
All right, coming up next, we're going to have to take a listener line call. This was, I think it really set up got all of our attention because we were doing that topic about what'd you sell your house for.
This listener, that's what I love about this show now. I mean, we have a great following in Houston, but we also have a big following across the country. And this listener listens to us in San Diego. Never been to Houston before.
Nope.
But she heard us talk about the prices of homes, and she talks about she just sold her house, the difference in price in square footage. And she has a question for you Houstonians because she's thinking about maybe moving here.
Yeah.
But she wants some pros and cons.
You guys are going to have to sell her on it. Like, what's the great thing about Houston? What's the not
Now,
so
let's not
great
be
thing?
those Texans that go, we're going to tell it's all crappy. We want you to stay. Keep your ass somewhere else. Don't
No.
come here."
We're all part of the same community
We'll
here.
help you.
They're all Rule and Ryan Show listeners.
that's
we
how I
take
think
care
of
of
it.
one another.
But pros and cons.
Yep.
You know,
Yes.
you gotta give her the honest truth.
All right, so 713-390-KRBE. And also, don't forget, up next is the summer of 2020 free. Your shot at $10,000 next on the Rule and Ryan Show. $10,000. How's that grab you? It's the summer of 2020 free.
I like that.
I hear
Grab me.
$10,000. I'm like, what?
Grab
I'm
me.
all ears. I'm
know.
listening
Why
right
don't
now.
you grab?
Here's what you want to
10 grand, I
do.
will.
You want to text the word money, MONEY, to 37530 for your chance to win. Now, it's the Keeping You Cool prize pack. It includes an AC tune-up courtesy of Air Innovations, a $100 gift card to Gringos and Jimmy Chungas, a 4-pack to Andretti Indoor Karting and Games, and a $100 gift card towards your light bill.
That's huge.
You get all that, and then you're in the running for $10,000. So once again, if you want to get in the running, you want to get that summer prize pack, 37530, text the word money. Now, right now, let's shift gears here. We are talking the other day about, we basically had to guess how much you got for your house. You described the size of it, the amount of bedrooms, the area of town it was.
Yep, and then we guess how much it costs. We have listeners all over. It's funny. We have a lot of people listen to us like in the afternoons, like in California,
Yeah, they listen
or
to the
East
podcast.
Coast as well. And there's the podcast, and they leave listener lines. And I thought this one's interesting because she tells us what she sold her house for in California compared to what we sell ours. And then she asks a question about if she moved here, what are some pros and cons and
Yes.
stuff. So here's the call.
I am a podcast listener, born and raised in California, and I just got done listening to the segment where you guys guess the value or listing price of people's homes. Just about a year ago, sold my home in San Diego, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,000 square feet, small backyard on an alleyway, a pretty good neighborhood, $1,080,000. But we just bought another house, a little bit less desirable, but more for family living. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 1,600 square feet, a little bit older, so still needs a lot of work put into it. $817,000.
Oh my God.
Anything under $1 million in San Diego is pretty good, but my mortgage payment, even with $100,000 down, $5,150. Should I move to Texas? I've got two under two. I'm from here. My husband's from here. All of our family is here, so I don't know. I wonder if you could ask people if they've done it. They've made the move with young kids away from family for a better cost of living. Unfortunately, 4 days after we closed on our house, my husband got laid off. So just me, full-time working mom, business on the side. Is Texas calling my name? Love you guys. Bye.
All right, 713-390-KRBE. She's got 2 kids under the age of 2.
I wonder what she does for a living.
Husband is now unfortunately laid off. She bought a house, only 1,600 square feet, for nearly $900,000.
But like, does she have a job that can be?
But
Yeah.
she can move.
You
like
know, 'cause
relocate.
I always think about people that
She
like
work from home.
live in New York and they're like just sweating, getting by, and maybe they're working at Walmart. I'm like, why don't you just work at Walmart here?
Yeah.
You can make your
It's
dollar
much more
stretch.
bang for your
But a
buck
lot of it
here.
has to do with family. She said all of her family's in California.
Yeah.
Kids
And-
under 2.
Yeah, and the
That's
family helps with taking care of the kids.
Yeah, but now the
Yeah.
husband is.
Right.
He's
But
not
they're also
working.
tired of struggling. I mean, that first place that they sold like a year ago was $1 million, and it was
1,000
only
square feet?
1,000 square feet.
Yeah. Location.
Take Diane on line 2, I believe. I think she came here from San Diego, so maybe she would be able to explain to the fellow San Diego. What do they call
San
it?
Diegan?
What do they
San
call it?
Diegan?
San Diegans? I don't know.
I don't know.
what
Let's
they
ask her. What do you call yourself? Are you San Diegan?
call it. Is it Diane?
Diane?
I hear.
Hello?
Hello.
There you are.
So you're from San Diego. Are you called a San Diegan?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Oh.
So what? Since you live here now, what would you want to tell her? Pros and cons.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We moved here from San Diego, and the traffic here is 2 times worse if you live in Houston than Freeway 8 in El Cajon, driving to El Cajon. We went for a vacation, and it was a breeze. We used to hate to drive that freeway, but Houston has taught me some stuff.
So you're not liking living in H-Town right now.
Traffic. Is that the main reason?
Yeah. Also, the flooding of the freeways when it rainstorms and pours, the freeway floods, and then also the bugs. Oh my God, so many bites, and then the humidity. We lost 40 pounds just because we couldn't eat. It was
What?
just too dang hot.
Wow.
It's too hot to eat.
Well, that's a plus, isn't it? You lost weight. You're in good shape now.
Exactly.
What
My
about
doctor's happy.
So how long have you lived here then?
3 years now.
3 years.
Are you going to stay?
Yes, I am, because my husband has medical issues, and you guys have a good medical system.
Oh, there you go.
Medical
wow.
center and stuff.
God forbid
Yeah.
anything goes wrong with you. You are in the best place in America.
And your dollar does last a lot longer here than San Diego, though, right? I mean, you got to admit that one.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, but
It adds up.
she can move to any state other than, or outskirts of Houston. We moved from Houston to Carthage, so we're going to get cold weather. So I'm happy about that.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
good.
true.
Nice. Yeah, they don't want
See,
to be
I-
hot 24/7.
I think San Diego's different because, like, growing up in Illinois, it was freezing cold, and I don't like that.
It's sunshine and 75 there.
Like, it might suck
year-round.
now, but come November till March, this is a
I
great place
wish
to
that we
live.
had the night part though, where it was
Yeah.
like down to 70s and you could wear a sweatshirt
Like San
with
Diego,
shorts.
where-
That was my favorite thing in the whole entire world.
Yeah.
Where here it's like, cool, I maybe will put
It's-
sleeves on.
At 2 a.m, you're still
T-shirt.
hot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
You're right,
I do
yeah.
hate that about Houston.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like this morning, I pulled out on my driveway. There's a guy jogging at like 4:45 in the morning, and it's already in the 80s.
That's
So,
a Jenny on
gotta be
line
ready for that
4.
heat.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi.
Hey, Jenny. So, what's your piece of advice to our listener?
Should she stay in California?
No, I said they should come to Houston. I went back to San Diego when I was a travel nurse, and I was convincing people to come to Houston because, I was born and raised in San Diego. But I moved here when I was 17, and I love it here. I tell people not only the cost of living is great, we have amazing food.
Yeah.
Their food over there is kind of okay. It wasn't that great to me.
Yeah, Houston food's second to none.
Yeah. Me and my husband actually lost 10 pounds when we went to San Diego for 5 months for my job. And I was like, oh, my gosh, where's the queso? Give me the queso and the fajitas.
Where's the queso?
Well, I mean,
no
San
Tex-Mex
Diego
there.
is closer to Mexico than Houston is, right? So you would think that it would have something would have crossed
But
over a lot
LA
quicker.
mix and is not the same as like Tex-Mex. Not at all.
Got you. Now, you're a traveling nurse. Can you stay on the line for just a moment? I'm gonna come over and talk to you off the air because I want
Got some
to ask
issues?
you. No, I want to ask you
Yeah.
about where you find housing because that is the direction I'm going with my rentals now. Is
my
for
God.
traveling nurses.
Mr. Real Estate Mogul over here. Now he's poaching our listeners.
Yes, girl, this is my bonus to working here. Like, stay on the line. I'm coming over.
You know, we signed documents that say we can't do that.
Okay, Christy Seafood.
Well, she just.
But I tell people, like, for a while before I was traveling as a nurse, I did support my husband and my son on one income.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to do that because our cost was, like, my house, I bought it during COVID, was $220,000. 2,700 square feet with a
Nice.
big backyard.
Wow.
Wow.
And so I'm able to do that with my salary, and my husband was able to stay home for 4 years. So I
wow.
feel like if you're in a crunch, you find a good job that pays here, then you could support your family. And the people here, I find they have a Southern hospitality.
Yeah,
which
there's
is
just
why
a
I like
friendliness that you don't find other places.
I think people really want to, when people come here, we want to make them feel welcome. Like I told you about that guy that flew here. He's an Astros fan. He's got an Astros UK fan. And I've been following him all week. He came here on Sunday. He's going to every game. He went to like the Breakfast Club yesterday for breakfast. Everyone's giving him ideas, taking photos with him. You think he's a celebrity. He was on Fox morning show. They even put him on there.
Oh, really?
And I love watching because I just want him to have a good time in Houston. I want people to come here. That's why I feel bad for that lady earlier talking about
Didn't
how
have a good time. Maybe she
the
just
mosquito.
was the wrong.
We have a lot of bugs. Mosquitoes.
Yeah, but maybe
mosquitoes are everywhere.
awful
Maybe she
here,
just wasn't
though.
in the right part of Houston. Houston's got so much diversity and so many different styles and different types of neighborhoods. I mean, my neighborhood is nothing like Eric's neighborhood at all. And that's not necessarily a good or bad
They're all
thing. I'm just
different.
saying they're all different.
That's what I like. Who do I go to
Find
next,
your right
Sam?
niche.
They're all full. Just pick one. I don't care. Go to line 5.
I was going to say you want to go to her.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why not?
Yesenia, hi, you're on the Real and Rain
Hi.
show.
Hey there. So what's your advice?
I'm
Okay.
giggling at what you're about to say, girl.
Oh, really? Okay. What do
I
you say?
love my city. I grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Houstonian, and I love to welcome everybody from other states and countries, but they're causing the overpopulation and the traffic. That's the reason we have so much traffic now.
Because everybody's coming
It
here.
wasn't like that. It wasn't like that 5-10 years ago.
I will say in 20 years since we started this show,
Yeah.
they said Houston's went 56% more in population from like 4.2
Yes,
to
we're
7.3.
We are growing
Million.
We're
massive.
growing, which is great. It's great for us, but oh my God, that traffic, it stresses everybody.
Yeah, traffic's bad.
That's very
So
true.
that's one of the pros. The city is beautiful. We're very friendly, but please stay in California.
Please stay in California. Well, I don't think one more family is going to make it that much of a difference.
But then
No,
that
but
means they're going to come here
imagine-
and buy your house. Then you can put your house, and it's worth more because if they're selling their house for $1 million,
I
they'll come
actually
here.
have a house for sale right now. I'm trying to move into the country, Montgomery, Baytown,
Okay.
out of the city. So
But-
yes.
So you need those people that have deep pockets.
Mm-hmm. You might want to
Yes,
stay in
we
line.
do.
Kevin might want to buy your house.
Yes, we do need those people to come invest and buy our property so we can move, or I can move to the country area
Everyone wants to go to
where
the
there's
country.
no traffic. Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my
but when you
God.
get there, my mom lived in the country for years. Like she moved out, first she moved out to Belleville, and then she moved to Brenham. And it's a different life. I'm telling you, you got to be prepared. I mean, I like having access to the city.
Everything here.
I love if
everything
I want to go
here.
to a Rockets game. I
Everything's
just
super
go from,
close.
like,
Yeah.
20 minutes.
And you think
15
you're
minutes
going
away.
out there and you're getting some good old fashioned country home
Airport.
cooking. Well, the restaurants out there suck. I mean, they're not the best.
I mean, just not the variety we have here. If you're
Yeah.
used to eating the food we have here, I guess that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Alyssa real quick. Hi, Alyssa. You're on the Real and Rain show.
We're talking about like pros and cons of moving here because one of our listeners is thinking about selling everything and coming to Houston from San Diego.
Hi, guys. Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you
loud and clear.
What's your
Hi.
pros and cons? What do you think?
All right, what's your advice?
So I think she should do it for her family. You know, it's like they're needing to kind of save some money and not live, you know, so in such an expensive state. I definitely think that, like, you know, she'll find, like, friends and, like, mom groups for, like, support and stuff. There's a ton of, like, you know, in different communities, like, there's a ton of, like, groups that she could join and stuff like that, depending on what area she's in. But I definitely think that the cost of living is a little bit better over here.
Oh, it's a lot better.
Oh,
I think it's like
for sure.
58% less.
and the traffic in California sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the traffic does suck over there. I mean, that's probably a con over here, too. I would just say, like, the heat, basically the weather and the traffic. But if you can overlook those things, I think, you know, like her and her family would be happy here. I do have family that lives in San Diego, and, you know, the area that they're in, like, they're kind of just like, they're like middle class, like just kind of like barely there. So they've actually considered moving back to Texas, you know, over here with us, but I don't know when that's going to happen, but I definitely think that she should do it.
Well, you brought up a good point.
Find friends and everything.
You brought up a good point because she's got 2 children under the age of 2, and she's so spot on. There's great schools here. There's great support system. There's great mothers groups.
If your husband doesn't have a job, that means you got to let go there. You have time. You sell that $1 million, $800,000 house. You could buy something here for $300,000. You got
heck yeah.
some bank in your pocket.
And there's plenty of jobs here.
Plenty of jobs.
And you know what
can
else
find a job.
that I never thought of living in Delaware before I came here is that there's a beach. I mean,
Yeah.
it ain't the prettiest beach, but
That's not the ugliest compared to some of the stuff I've seen.
No, there's
Very
some
true.
worse
Very, very
beaches. And
way worse. Galveston's awesome.
You got lakes here. You got access to the, you know,
You got
to
like Conroe
Galveston.
even. You get to Austin. You get to big cities. Like growing up in Illinois, all we had was Chicago. I didn't want to go to St. Louis.
we have a cruise ship terminal.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's plenty here. There's plenty.
You're right.
Of fun
You make a
things.
good point. You can drive 1 hour and you get that.
Get on that ship,
And you feel the wave. You hear the waves. You feel that sea air hit you. I feel so good.
And it was a savior for Sam and I during the pandemic. We would go every single Friday
Every Friday.
and bring the
Galveston.
dogs.
Yep. We had
Go to
so
the
much
beach.
fun. Aw.
All right. So
hopefully,
coming up
listener,
next.
you'll come to Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep us updated.
You move here, we'll give you a tour of the radio station. That's the selling point.
Oh, that's
Is
a good
it?
selling point.
Oh, I'm packing my bags now.
In the car. Here we go.
Oh, there's a button I push.
All right, coming up next, Celebrity Scoop. We did have a sad passing in the music
It'd be a little
world.
tribute to her.
Yeah, so if you don't know who we're talking about, you're going to find out next on The Roland Ryan Show. It's The Roland Ryan Show. Sinead O'Connor passing away at the age of 56 yesterday.
Is it Sinead or
Sinead?
Sinead.
Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead O'Connor. I
She'd
think
actually
the
changed her name.
H is-
The last couple of years, she converted to
There's no
Islam,
H in there.
and she had changed her name. She wasn't going by Sinead O'Connor anymore.
Sinead.
That is a good
Sinead.
song.
And I read
Sinead,
like a
not
really
Sinead.
interesting story. It talked because Prince wrote that song, and I was reading an article about Sinead, and she claimed that after she'd released that song, she went to Paisley Park, had met Prince, and Prince scolded her for using profanity, and she said, "I'll blank and say whatever I want." And she said that Prince hit her, and they got into a fist fight.
What?
Yes, this is according to Sinead.
I know he was a little. My friend was
Damn.
He was little.
in college. She was from Minnesota and she was a dancer and she was in one of his videos or something practicing there. And I think she burped really loud in the kitchen. And he walked in and he went off on her a little
Yeah,
bit.
he had a temper.
Oh, man.
Like, that's not how ladies should be. And started yelling and talking. He didn't really yell because it's Prince.
Right.
He's quiet.
And you mean the writer and the singer both
Yeah.
fast.
And we forgot, of course, Chris Cornell ended up covering that song as well.
That's a good song.
Great song. Okay, so you were mentioning something about Barbie and how Ken has a last name.
Did you guys know the last name?
I thought that these
I
are
had-
just
Kenneth.
outright.
Threat names.
It's
first
Kenneth Sean Carson instead of Ken.
Who is this Carson?
weird.
Who is this Carson person? Where'd that come from?
That's what I'm wondering.
Hey, my name's Ken Carson.
The Barbie creator, Ruth Handler. If you watch the movie, you would know Ruth Handler. She named Kenneth Sean Carson after her son.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if that's where the Carson comes from,
Okay.
or is it her son named Kenneth Sean?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, I
What's-
know.
what's Barbie's
Texters
last
know
name?
everything.
Roberts.
37530.
Barbie
Please
Roberts?
text us.
Okay.
Which
really
came
it's
from
Barbara.
Barbara. Yes.
So Barbie's real name is Barbara.
Yes.
You
I
don't
did
meet
know
a lot
that.
of Barbaras in 2023.
No. And I think they go by
Yeah.
Barbie. Or Barbs. Maybe
Barbs?
Barbs.
Hey, Babs.
Hey, Bob.
Babs.
Hey, my name is Babs. I'm smoking a Pall Mall.
Barbara
I'm a
Streisand.
scotch.
But now Mattel, since they had the success, they're like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to do everything with our products. We're going to do a movie about Uno, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go see a movie about a card game.
Yeah.
Exciting.
They're going to do American Girl. They're going to do Polly Pockets.
American Girl, they'll bank on that because those things are so expensive.
It's not about the freaking, just the toy. It's about, you have to have a good script. You have to have, everything has to line up.
I don't know how you're going to make those.
Barbie spent $150 to make the movie.
$150 million.
And they said they spent about that to advertise and promote the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's why about all the money they're going to make.
Whatever they did,
toys they're going to sell.
They could write books on how they got this out there in promotion and stuff.
It was in development hell for like a long time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're like, all of a sudden Mattel now thinks they're going to get, everything's going to be a hit. It's going to be like Marvel movies where they're just going to throw us a billion things.
Yeah, well, guess what? Marvel did have a lot of hits for a long time. I think people are burned out on superhero movies, so why not go for the toy market?
But just because you like Uno.
Yeah, how are you going to make
remember
Uno
they did
the card
Battleship?
game?
That was a turd of a movie.
Oh, yeah,
No, I
Rihanna
never
was
even
in
saw
that.
that.
You didn't see that one? That was
No.
Rihanna's first acting job.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well,
She wasn't bad, but she didn't really do much. Just, okay, Captain, I'll hit the button.
that's how it went.
Did they say, I never saw the movie, they're like, B7. No, you sunk my battleship.
Basically, it was. Then they had to go get the old.
Sounds so exciting.
They had to go get the
Yeah, the
old battleship that was.
analog ships.
Yeah, they had to get that out there because the aliens
Can run the digital ships.
stopped them.
They did that in
So then they started
Picard.
playing thunder,
Oh,
and then
Thunderstruck.
all the old guys from like
WW2
and stuff. They were getting
They're out
anchor
there
up. They're getting the ship ready, and they
blowing
go
the
out there
cannons. Yeah, it
to
was,
attack the aliens.
I loved it. I loved that
It was
movie.
the dumbest movie.
I don't know where that's streaming, but I think I'll steer clear.
No.
You gotta watch
You
it.
gotta
Of
watch
course,
it.
you like it. You like anything on a boat.
I do.
You thought
He likes-
Waterworld was like an Oscar-worthy.
I
Yo,
know.
Under Siege was my favorite movie for like the first 10 years of my life.
Under Siege with Steven Seagal.
Yes.
And that Erica girl.
Oh, yeah.
Did you like Speed 2, Cruise Control?
Hell yeah. This is so stupid. I love it.
It's a cruise ship out of control.
The Castaway.
Oh my gosh.
No, because he
That
was
was
stuck
too
on an
serious
island.
There was
for
no
Kev.
boat.
No, there's no
Well,
boat.
yeah, he made his own boat.
We made a raft. at the end.
No.
Time for the Rula and Ryan Show on KRBE to tell you what's going down.
How do you do that,
in
Wilson?
That
H-Town.
was really good, right?
That's a good Wilson.
Thank
yes,
you.
it was.
I really put my heart in that.
All right, this is brought to you by This is brought to you by Duncan. A new poll. A new poll from the Hobby School of Public Affairs at UH reveals the race for the Houston mayor is currently a two-person race. According to the just released poll numbers, 34% of voters would choose Senator John Whitmer, 32% would choose Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Both candidates and attorney Lee Kaplan have violated city ordinance codes by accepting donations
What?
from city contractors shortly after they were awarded contracts. There's a story on Cron.com this morning. So our only two candidates have already been accused of violating ordinance codes by taking donations.
All right, we better send that money back.
Yeah.
I don't think-
Return to sender.
I don't think there's any return to sender on that one.
No.
And of course, we've got to watch out that Sahara haze is going to be blowing through H-Town today. It's going to be really the worst on Friday. So if you've got allergies or asthma flaring up, you definitely want to stay indoors today. That's what's going down in H-Town. Now, coming up next, if you missed Roland Ryan's Roses, this guy had a temper. You're going to hear it next on 104.1 KRBE.